It looked like Adam Silver has found himself in some serious hot water over the management of the WNBA. And is they faking ratings? I don't know, but we finna talk about it.
The NBA commissioner just made one of the biggest slip-ups of the year, and it's got the entire WNBA fan base questioning who's really running the league. Adam Silver, the face of the NBA, opened his mouth about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA's leadership, and instantly regretted it. Fans say he accidentally exposed everything that's wrong with women's basketball right now. The tension, the mistrust, and the quiet chaos behind the scenes. And judging by the reactions,
Silver himself has chimed in and addressed the situation directly, saying Cathy Engelbert has presided over historic growth in the league, but there's no question that there's issues that we need to address with our players, not just economic, there's relationship issues as well. I'm confident we can fix those over time, and this league can continue to be on the rocket trajectory.
This story's about to blow up even more. So here's what happened. Silver sat down for what was supposed to be a smooth, PR-safe interview. You know, the usual corporate talk about growth, progress, and leadership. It was supposed to be easy points for the NBA and WNBA. But once he mentioned Caitlin Clark and those relationship issues within the league, things went downhill fast. At first, it sounded harmless, a commissioner talking about player relations, money, and the future. But fans and players didn't hear relationship issues. They heard, "The league is broken." That single phrase hit like a grenade. Because right now, the WNBA isn't just battling for ratings, it's battling for trust. Between player frustration, leadership silence, and media manipulation, Silver's comment confirmed what everyone's been whispering for months. There's a massive disconnect inside the WNBA.
I would love for Adam, since we're a brother-sister league, to go to some of the CBA negotiations, sit in the room, hear what the women have to say, hear some of their concerns, and let's go from there. Let's build something.
I'm here to tell you that NBA leadership is very much abreast on what's happening in these CBA negotiations. She's not the only decision maker who is...
And the people in charge can't even pretend to be on the same page anymore. See, this all started when Silver tried to compliment Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, saying she's presided over historic growth in the league. But then, in the very next sentence, he admitted there are relationship issues between leadership and players. That's a huge contradiction. You can't brag about growth and admit dysfunction in the same breath. That's like calling your house beautiful while it's literally on fire. Fans caught it immediately. They started asking, "So which is it, Adam? Is the WNBA thriving or falling apart?" And it didn't stop there. When he called the league's current issues unfortunate, that was billionaire code for "this is a disaster." Because while Silver's talking about a rocket trajectory, players are calling out the commissioner on live TV, fans are roasting leadership on social media, and the league's most valuable star, Caitlin Clark, is caught in the middle of the biggest internal storm women's basketball has ever seen. Let's be real, Silver probably thought he was helping. He wanted to sound calm, professional, diplomatic. But instead, he proved the players' point. He sounded exactly like what they've been fighting against, someone disconnected from the reality they're living. Because right now, players are publicly frustrated. Nafisa Collier called out Cathy Engelbert directly, questioning her leadership and tone-deaf comments about players being grateful.
What was interesting was the amount of players that came to the defense of Fee and the crickets that came to the defense of Cathy for me.
I mean, this is an important part. This is an important...
For their off-court earnings. Then Sophie Cunningham hinted at a potential lockout, saying players might not show up if things don't change. The league feels like it's on the edge, and Silver just poured gasoline on it. What made it worse was how he tried to spin the situation by calling the WNBA's current moment historic growth. Fans didn't buy that for a second. They were like, historic growth? Bro, the finals are chaotic, players are unhappy, and every week there's another controversy. What league are you watching? Then came the ratings talk, and that's where everything got shady. Silver bragged about the WNBA's so-called record viewership. But right after his interview, reports dropped revealing that the ratings boost wasn't exactly organic. Nielsen quietly changed how they measure TV audiences, now including out-of-home screens like bars, gyms, airports, and hotels. So yeah, the numbers went up, but not because more people suddenly started watching, it's because they changed how they count. That's when fans started dragging the league online, saying things like, "They're cooking the stats to bury Caitlyn's impact," and "Those ratings look faker than Ace's foul calls." And honestly, they had a point, because without Caitlin Clark, none of those historic ratings happen. Period. She's the reason people care. She's the reason arenas are full, jerseys are sold out.
Time with the CBA negotiations, like the players, when you look at leagues around the world, like it is about caring for your athletes, caring for the players. And that's just not the feelings right now. And I think everyone is kind of just, they rallied around Fee because one, that was a powerful statement to make. And obviously it puts pressure on Kathy and put pressure on the leadership. But I mean, it was a lot. It was a heavy hitter, right?
And new fans even know who Kathy Engelbert is. And now that she's injured, the league's pretending they don't need her. Fans weren't having it. Silver's comment about relationship issues basically confirmed what everyone suspected, that the WNBA's leadership is fractured, desperate, and disconnected. And what happened next proved it even more. Within hours, the hashtag #AdamSilverRegret started trending. People were calling him out for defending Engelbert instead of the players. They said he sounded like a politician trying to protect his co-worker instead of a leader trying to fix real problems. Some even pointed out that Adam Silver is technically Kathy's boss, so if he's publicly defending her, that means her job's already on the line. And honestly, that's what this feels like. Corporate cleanup disguised as concern, but the biggest bomb came from Candace Parker. Out of nowhere, she revealed that she's heard more from Adam Silver personally than from her own commissioner.
Personal, because the WNBA wants to forbid us to make a lot of more money than we're ever going to make here, what it seems like in other leagues. So it's very personal. People have families, this is our job. We make more money in China, Russia, Turkey than here. So it is very personal, and I don't think why it shouldn't become personal.
She said he texted her congratulations when she signed her Amazon deal, when she retired, even when she had her baby. He sent her gifts for her kids and checked in throughout her career. You know who didn't reach out? Kathy Engelbert. Not once, not even a message. Candace said it plain, "I get more love from Adam Silver than my own commissioner." That line broke WNBA Twitter in half. Because it wasn't just about professionalism, it was about respect. It showed that the players don't feel valued or even seen by the person running their league. And the crazy part, Adam Silver's attempt to fix things only highlighted that distance more. His relationship comment wasn't a solution. It was a confession, a confirmation that players don't trust leadership, and leadership doesn't really know how to connect with players. That's not a relationship problem. That's a leadership collapse. Meanwhile,
It was interesting with the amount of players that came to the defense of Fee and the crickets that came to the defense of Kathy for me. Adam Silver is Kathy's boss, and he is the commissioner of the NBA. I signed a deal with Amazon to broadcast for Amazon. I got a text from Adam Silver saying congratulations. I had my third child. I got a text from Adam Silver about my third child. Now, whether this is Adam or his assistant, somebody from the league office is reaching out to me. I got a baby gift for my third child. I get a Christmas gift from Adam Silver every year.
Sophie Cunningham and others are talking like a lockout's on the horizon. They're saying enough is enough. They want real conversations, real progress, and a real commissioner who actually listens. But instead, they're getting vague interviews and PR lines about growth. The league feels leaderless, Kathy's invisible, Silver's talking in circles, and the players are venting on Instagram stories like it's a group chat meltdown. This isn't leadership. This is chaos with corporate logos. And to make things worse, fans started digging deeper into those historic ratings Silver bragged about. Turns out, those numbers came right before the league's massive $2.2 billion media rights deal. So people are starting to think the league exaggerated its success to impress investors before negotiations. Coincidence? Maybe, but fans aren't buying it. They're saying it's all part of a bigger cover-up to make the WNBA look healthier than it really is. And that's where Caitlin Clark's name comes back into it, because she's the one person they can't fake. She's the real reason for the buzz, the headlines, the sellouts, the record merch sales. She's the heartbeat of this entire wave. And Silver mentioning her name in the same breath as relationship issues made fans think the league is trying to downplay her power. That's why his comments exploded. Because when you underestimate how strong Caitlyn's fanbase is, you end up trending for all the wrong reasons. Adam Silver probably thought he was being diplomatic, but he walked straight into a PR nightmare. Within hours, social media tore him apart. One fan commented, "Adam Silver just realized Caitlyn Clark runs the WNBA more than the commissioner does," and it went viral. Fans weren't mad that he said there are relationship issues.
Here, I retired. Adam Silver sent me a text message that basically congratulated me on my career and how much I've done for the women's game, and he looked forward to how much I'm gonna do from the sideline. I have not heard from Kathy. I saw Kathy in Phoenix after I had been retired for 4 months at Phoenix All-Star Game, and she said congratulations in person.
They were mad that it took him this long to admit it. The WNBA has been boiling all season. Bad officiating, players feuding, veterans frustrated, rookies disrespected, and fans constantly calling out leadership. So when Silver finally spoke, it sounded less like leadership and more like damage control. He called the WNBA's growth rocket level, but fans said, "Bro, read the room. The ship's literally on fire." Every word he said made things worse. Because in trying to defend Kathy, he ended up sounding just like her. Polished, calm, and totally disconnected from reality. And that's the exact tone players are tired of. They don't want buzzwords, they want change. By the time the dust settled, it was clear Adam Silver wasn't saving anyone. He just made the spotlight brighter on everything that's wrong. His words confirmed what everyone's been thinking, that the WNBA's biggest problem isn't money, refs, or marketing.